Have you ever promised yourself that tomorrow would be different? Tomorrow you will wake up early. Tomorrow you will stop procrastinating. Tomorrow you will finally change your life. But then tomorrow comes. The alarm rings, you feel tired, and you hit snooze. You tell yourself you will start fresh next week. But before sleeping, you feel that same quiet pain. Not because the world defeated you, but because once again you could not trust your own word. David was a 38-year-old history teacher living in a constant cycle of self-disappointment. Every Sunday evening, fueled by regret, he made ambitious plans for morning runs and strict schedules. Every Monday he surrendered to comfort and promised to try again next week. High on his hallway closet shelf sat a dusty wooden chess box, a gift he bought months ago, waiting for the day he became disciplined enough to teach his 8-year-old daughter, Maya. On a quiet Tuesday evening, Maya pulled the heavy box from the closet. "Dad, can we play tonight?" she asked softly. Exhausted from work, David sighed. "We'll set it up tomorrow, sweetheart. I promise." Maya didn't cry or get angry. She simply packed the pieces away, offered a gentle smile, and said, "That's okay, Dad. You always say tomorrow." Those 5 words broke something inside David. Maya wasn't mad. She had simply learned that her father's promises meant nothing. That night, David realized his mistake. He couldn't fix his life overnight with grand declarations. He needed to rebuild self-trust. He made one unbreakable rule. Every morning at 5 a.m., he only had to put on his running shoes and stand on his front porch for 60 seconds. He didn't have to run. He only had to cross the threshold. For 2 weeks, David kept his tiny promise. Slowly, a faint ember of self-respect returned. Then came the 14th morning. At 4:45 a.m., Maya woke up crying with a sudden fever. David spent the next hour comforting her, cooling her forehead, and sitting by her side until she drifted back to sleep. By 5:45 a.m., exhausted and holding a stack of ungraded exams due at school that morning, David sat on his bed in the dark. Life had genuinely disrupted his plan. He looked toward the window. The old habit urged him to write off the day entirely, but David realized that discipline isn't about rigid perfection. It is about finding a way to keep your word, even when life shifts around you. In the quiet living room, he laced his shoes, opened the door, and stepped onto the porch. He stood in the morning air for 60 seconds. He went back inside, gave Maya her medicine, and returned to the exams waiting on his desk. He hadn't abandoned his responsibility, nor had he abandoned himself. A month later, David pulled the dusty wooden chess box from the closet, opened it, and set up the board. Maya walked in and froze, looking at the pieces. David met her eyes, smiled warmly, and said, "I'm ready now." Discipline is not built through massive, dramatic changes. It is built in total silence by keeping the smallest promise you made to yourself when no one else is watching. What is one tiny promise you will keep to yourself starting tomorrow morning?